Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and here's another one from my stash that I dug out because I was going through, my kits and looking at what's in there and kind of enjoying opening some of these up, especially ones like this that I haven't opened up in a really long time, and I've had these for a while. And when I say these, I mean these, um, because this kit actually intimidates me. It shouldn't now, especially with the cars I have restored and some of the projects I have completed and some of the resin body kits I have dealt with. So it really shouldn't, but the feeling is still there. It just comes up when I see this kit and I really start to look it over. And there's a lot to it because of that. Um, for one, I know what the car is, a Chrysler Turbine and its story, and I love this car. Um, but once I actually saw the actual kit, saw that the seats fold down, steerable wheels, the doors open, the fenders are separate. Even just taking it out of the box, because it talks about here their exclusive frame packing where everything fits in like a puzzle. The trunk opens, the hood opens. I mean, it's full detail. I mean, this is, even for Johan, this is a marvel of engineering in my opinion, especially to go as far as this, to not only develop all the parts but arrange them on the trees in such a way that they fit like this. So for those that haven't seen, I mean, it literally, it's a puzzle all to its own on how it fits in here. And you really got to pay attention when you take it out because you're not going to get it back in the box. Um, Also, kind of interesting. This one's molded in red. I've seen some videos, just seeing what's out there, and guys have done videos on this kit. Um, so, being that they've done them too, it's like, okay, this kit's kind of all over. But I've seen the dark red ones and I've seen white ones. This one is molded in white, and this one's molded in red. And this one's got this cardboard, spacer where this one doesn't. Can't say I've seen that before, but it's, to me, that kind of interesting. But with all of this stuff, I mean, here's of course, the chrome tree, front and rear bumpers, the chrome that goes in the fenders, the center console that's really unique to this car, um, the heat exchangers for the turbine engine, seat backs, the transmission that's chromed. This uses a 727 transmission, but all of the different little parts, and there's a ton of little parts here. The horn ring, Chrysler here that goes right in the gas cap. Just some of the stuff, even a mirror. It's kind of, all the stuff that's here. You know, it just kind of blows me away. And then, the glass, the separate lenses, which, Johan was doing some of that in some of their other kits. It's kind of cool. It's on this kit. But not many makers at the time were doing that stuff. And even a rear view mirror mount. I mean, look at that. All right, set that aside. Then, like the puzzle here, getting this out of here. Some of the parts have fallen off the trees. I mean, this is pretty old. According to the date on the box, one of them's from 1982. So that would make it 41 years old. But, there's the opening trunk, the frame, all this stuff here, whether or not that's the gas tank. Dual batteries, leaf springs, the 8 3/4 rear end and shocks. Just some awesome stuff there. Look at these coil springs. Plastic coil springs, and they're really coil springs. Look at that. I mean, they look like they'll actually work. And it's got the front suspension there, which is, unequal A-arms, which Chrysler really didn't do. They did torsion bar front end. But because of the turbine engine in this thing, and the amount of mass it displaced, there was no room for the torsion bars. So I've read about some of that stuff. Here's the steering wheel with, the horn ring, the trans pan, some of these other parts here. So there's some pretty awesome stuff here. And then let's see what doesn't come out next. We'll go get the body out next. I mean, here's that body with the opening doors, skirts in place. It's about the only part that, surprised it's molded in place with the way this kit is. Fenders that go on, the pivots for the door, all of this. One of mine just got a little bit of damage here from rubbing the trees. All the extra flash that needs to be trimmed off of this one. And it looks like it was kind of trimmed already from the factory, whether somebody did that or not. But yeah, lots of flash on these, not a big surprise. You know, got some back here, but no, nice Chrysler Turbine emblems and everything. Vinyl top. And here's the tail lights right there. All right. Then the next tree, here's two of the wheel backs that have fallen off of that one. The seat backs. You know, the front seats, they actually fold down. And here's the part of the interior, the steering column there. More of the console that goes on top of the chrome piece. Spare tire. All of the brakes here. The exhaust, which is more of a heat exchanger setup because it's a turbine, and getting 1500 degrees of exhaust temperature down before it exits the tailpipe. These things weren't loud, but they, the exhaust was hot. But part of the heat exchangers in the engine actually recycled some of that heat. So there's one of the other ones that had fallen off. And then we got this tree. Here we go. There's the chassis. There's the fenders where the chrome goes into them. The doors. Got some marks on this one. You know, all the parts here. All kinds of good stuff here. That dash is just pretty cool, in my opinion there. And then this, I don't know if that's the fuel tank or if that's the radiator. I know turbine engines could run on multiple different fuels. Matter of fact, when they were promoting the car, they actually, put perfume in it. I mean, it would run on perfume and different oils, but turbines could run on all kinds of stuff. Here's a turbine block that's fallen off the tree. And then, the tires and some of that stuff. And even this, check that out. Hobbycraft, $5.49. Which, that box lid may belong to this one. But Arizona Hobbycraft. So it's local to me. As both of them pretty much came here locally, were swap meets and friends. One of them came from a friend. Bought it right out of his collection. He'd had it forever. And the other one, same kind of thing, swap meet find. So I'll put the tires over there in the corner. Where's the other one? Here, that's seat. All right, now to get it all back in. Like a puzzle, it only goes in pretty much one way. And I'm already getting it backwards. The one with the fenders goes in first. So fenders, then this one. Then the body. Then this one is clearanced for the roof. So there we go. And some of the extra parts here. And the chrome and the glass. But even these instructions, they kind of tell you how the thing operates. That's really cool. There's the regenerators for the heat. They'd pull the heat out into the exhaust, but also preheat the air going into the engine. Trying to make it more efficient there. The engine, how it goes together. And the suspension, those springs and everything. All the working things on this. It just really intimidated me as far as how much detail is in this kit. And you want to build it right and get it done right. So there's all kinds of stuff to this. That's been one, and I want to paint it right too. Like this one's molded in red, the other one's molded in white. But this one's all there too. Even though this one's a little bit looser, but still kind of the same. It is the same stuff. Those are in the bag. But go through it all and made sure it pretty much is all there. God, those springs, all the parts in here. I wonder what the parts count is on this. I have to go through and count it all. One of the wheel backs off. Fenders. There's a little bit of damage, but some of the intimidating factors for me on this is, one, now the value is becoming an issue as, these things are worth way more now than what I paid for them. Believe it or not, I know one of them was definitely under 20 bucks. The other one, I believe, was 10 from a friend here. So no, he had it. And look at this one. $416.82, $5.49. Which makes me wonder if this lid belongs to this one, but it had a hole punched in it. And I just taped it shut just to make sure it's like that. But, these are just a couple of them that, for what they are and what they're, worth. They intimidate the heck out of me. And plus, it's Johann plastic, and that stuff can be brittle. And I've had that stuff break and shatter on me, and I'm a little worried about that with these as well. So I always kind of, you know, just been, scared to actually mess with these things and start working on sanding on them, getting everything to fit, getting the paint to match, blending it with all those parts, and in the order you assemble this thing. So, when a second one came my way, I'm like, I picked it up for spare just in case I mess up or break something. You never know with these kits and the age of these things. But going through my stash there, I was looking at them, going, you know what? Maybe I'll feature them, maybe not. Curious if any of you guys have actually built it and how difficult it really was. Haven't really heard much feedback on that, so that's what I'm kind of curious about. So you guys that have built it, pipe up and let me know. And I know there's a curbside version of this that they had, an Easy Builder, I believe they called it. I've seen those, and they reproduced more of them, but a couple of them in this box. But I've seen some amazing builds on it, but not very many. So you guys, let me know what you think and everything. And one of these days, I'll just get fed up and just start working on one of these and get it built and everything. But the directions are kind of vague, and the plastic a little brittle. And once you really start taking everything off the trees, will it all go into the box or whatnot? But anyway, that's kind of enough rambling on about this one and just sharing with you guys here. So let me know what you guys think of this one. And you guys, thank you for your comments, your likes, your subscriptions, and everything. Really do appreciate it. And you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time.